We about to watch some daggone Crowder. He's talking about Jim Carrey and Alyssa Milano. And y'all already know Alyssa Milano is she a little special. So let's check
Alyssa Milano decided that she was going to leave Twitter. Then she went on The View and she said, "Yeah, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. I changed my mind."
You know, I always open Twitter with like,
you know what I mean?
Like with a helmet on because I'm so scared like something's going to come out and hit me.
Yeah.
What? I always open Twitter with a helmet on because I'm scared that something's going to jump out and hit me. Lady, relax. Relax. You do not. But I get it, man. She's high strung. But I don't understand why she's so high strung. I don't get it. I really don't get it, Samantha. I don't get it.
Zip it. Do you think you'll stay on it?
Yeah, because we can't cede that territory.
It's like she's going out of her way to see the worst of things so that she can be shocked and in awe and have some type of drama in her life, because your whole life is drama. You're literally an actress, so your whole entire life is drama, is dramatization. You always are, you feel like you got to be in some type of character. You know what I mean? But you're not living life. And you're at the point right now where you can live life and enjoy it to the fullest and see all of the positive in the world. But that's not what you choose to see. That's unfortunate, because I know a whole bunch of people, if they had your reach, they had your resources, your money, man, please, they will really enjoy life. But you choose not to.
It's like a turf war now.
Well, I don't disagree with the sentiment. That's why I don't think that conservatives should just abandon YouTube, but you obviously shouldn't self-censor to the point where YouTube is no longer of any value.
Yeah.
She just yells the kinds of insane things that only, the absolutely crazy lament. So,
well, yeah, she gets a reaction for what she puts out. It's not so much like random attacks. Nobody's going to go at you because you are on Who's the Boss.
Right.
It's because you say dumb crap all the time.
And Charmed sucked.
How much dumb crap has she said? Please, feel free to just send it my way, because I want to know. I want to see that type of stuff. I want to bear witness. I mean, I've checked out a couple of things that was posted, but the couple of things that was posted that I checked out, they were from, Fox News. They was from her enemies. I need to see it. They was from people who like to point out her flaws. You know what I mean? Because some people ain't going to always point out that you said something dumb. All right? Some people will point out that you said something dumb. All right? And usually it's not your friends, because more likely you done said enough dumb stuff to make some enemies, and now people want to let you know, look, Slim, relax. You're acting ridiculous. You're acting ridiculous.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
I never
wear a
watched
helmet,
it.
though.
No, neither did I. I should say it's not an educated opinion. I just feel like throwing shade.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree.
Yeah.
I never seen it either, but I bet you it's terrible.
Doesn't it make you feel big?
Yeah.
I feel big saying that.
Yeah.
She's a woman. I'm a man.
Yeah.
Trashing you.
Take her down.
That's the only reason.
I don't care.
I don't care how good looking you are, or if you would have rebuffed my advances in high school. So
on the WB, how could it be good?
WB. Remember that little corny frog?
Is it CW?
What's the frog?
Sorry,
Okay.
CW.
So
This is
here's
all
the thing.
crap.
I guess she stayed on because she wanted to continue tweeting stuff like this to Elon Musk. Here's a tweet from her. Is this the freedom of speech you want, Elon Musk? How about copyright infringement? Is that fine by you too? And
My vagina smells like cat pee. Is that what they say?
then it has this picture. Forgive me if you're listening on audio. If you have children, then you probably shouldn't be. She has a picture of her dressed like a lady in Little House on the Prairie, and I guess someone photoshopped it saying, "My vagina smells like cat piss."
I think it's supposed to be, what's that show? The Handmaid's Tale?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Which is just still hilarious.
But here's the thing: if there was something as bad as she claims, like people are trying to destroy my reputation, copyright infringement, these threats, you'd see something better than an MS Paint. My vagina smells funny.
Well,
Yes.
That's the best she had as far as threats and an unsafe space.
Yeah, the next
Yeah, she want drama in her life, man. These people they need drama. They need some type of okay, I'm done with that movie. I'm done with this TV show. Bring it on. I'm ready for my next gig. And in between, they're just acting their favorite characters that they've acted throughout the course of their careers, because none of them have really been able to live true life before. Ever since they've been kids, they've been actors. Seen everyone kissing their daggone feet and kissing their butt and making sure that they're taken care of, treating them like a star. And then when they grow up and they got like real true blessings, they do not see them because they wish to focus on their drama. And if they don't have any drama, they create it. Because right now in their phase of actors and being a thespian, they're trying to write and direct and produce their own movies now. They've been having people write and produce for them all their lives. Now they're ready to take hold of their own destiny. But they're doing it the wrong way. They feel like in order for me to take hold of my own destiny, I got to play like life is horrible. I got to pretend that life is so bad. And I want to get around my friends and I want to complain about it. That's what I want to do.
Tweet, she's clarifying, just to be sure, my vagina does not.
It does
smell
not.
like cat piss.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think you're protesting a little too much.
It's more like pencil shavings.
Much
Day
drier.
old tuna? I don't know.
So,
It's something a cat might eat out of a can.
yes.
Oh yeah, this is her. This is the one that tweeted that she tweeted that she traded her Tesla in for Volkswagen, and I checked out a video about that too because everyone was clowning her saying, jokes on you, because Volkswagens were. I'm not even gonna say the word. That's associated with the people who created the Volkswagen, but you know what I mean. Go ahead, do your Googles. You'll see who started Volkswagen.
Please deliver. Now, she also went on to say on The View, that broadcast cackling hot flash, that Elon Musk, this is what's so wonderful, right? They always absolve themselves of.
And hold up, guys. Don't leave yet, because there's a story coming up about how psychotic Jim Carrey is as well on this same video. So don't leave yet.
What they can do. So, for example, Alyssa Milano is a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
I don't know what the royalties pay. They should pay less, but they do pay for her shows. You have a lot of these actors. You have the Leonardo DiCaprios when they go out and they talk about climate change.
Yeah.
They go, well, no, those people are really wealthy. Hold on a second. To everyone else, like if you go to Uganda, if you go to Zambia, they think you're super wealthy. Like, why aren't you giving tens of millions out of your tens of millions? Oh, no. That only counts when it's billion. It only counts when it gets to the billions number. Kind of like former Vice President Joe Biden says, we need to tax the ultra wealthy. When is it ultra wealthy? Well, not as much as I make, which is around $400,000. So we're going to increase the top rate for people who make more than $400,000. Don't ask questions.
Does he even pay taxes on that $400,000? I mean, be honest. Seriously, I'm asking this question not to be funny. I really want to know because I know they give them these salaries, right? And everyone is supposed to technically pay taxes. But I'm just asking. You know, if I was the president, I would say, guess what? I ain't paying no taxes. I'm the president, and that's what I do. I'm sorry, I would. That's just me. I think that should be one thing that you should get.
So, and no one else talks about it. Elon Musk, according to Alyssa Milano, and this is the virtue signaling, these are people who will never actually contribute to society. Elon Musk could save world hunger if he gave all of his money to UNICEF.
I'm kind of like I'm so annoyed with all of these billionaires, with like the exception of a few, but especially Elon Musk. Like,
some are okay.
You buy Twitter to destroy it for $40 billion, right?
Well, why don't you cry about it?
$40 billion.
Ain't this fresh? Listen, this is so ridiculous. You have elite people who are trying their best to find other elite people to pick on. I'm so tired of these billionaires because she's separating herself because there's many people out there that saying they're tired of millionaires. They're tired of these celebrities who act like they're tied into what's going on in the world, but they're completely just in their own bubble. You're in your own daggone bubble, but guess what? There are people that are tired of you too. But you're trying to separate yourself from other elites, and that's cute. It's like they're stretching. They are really stretching. I need some drama. Like, give me a little bit of drama, please. You are the same. Listen, relax.
Elon Musk, imagine if he donated that money to UNICEF.
I know. Yeah.
He would change the world. There would be no hunger.
Kind of like if you just shut up.
Right.
That's mean, bruh. If you shut up, there will be no hunger. That's not nice. But I'll take it.
I love this narrative, by the way. This was yesterday. I love the narrative that he's destroying Twitter. Their user numbers are at record highs.
Yes.
Their profitability is at record. I'm like, that's destroying a business because you don't like that he fired a bunch of dead weight. Hey, by the way, Twitter still works and they have like 7,000 fewer
What
employees.
happens? It's a private company. They can do whatever they want. And in this case, you can't. You can go to Communist Spy TikTok. You can go to Facebook. You can go to Instagram. You can go to whatever the hell else it is, Snapchat, WhatsApp. The point is, this is the only one that doesn't ban people for points of view. We, for the longest time, were just saying, hey, we just need an even playing field. How about at least an even playing field for one?
Well, they had to join with their friends on other platforms and be like, you know that they still letting people say whatever they want over there, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I know you talking about. You talking about Twitter, ain't you? Yeah, I'm talking about Twitter. They letting people say whatever they want over there. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? You know, over here on Facebook, we got it locked down. Over on YouTube, we got it locked down. But over on Twitter, they let people say whatever they want to say. Ain't that messed up? That's something. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech can kiss my black. Yeah, that's pretty much how they talking.
They are freaking out saying, can you believe it? There's now even one.
Well, they go to fake compassion. It's like, what about the other 95% of the people that own tech? You think they're not billionaires? Where are they donating their money to?
Exactly.
You're just upset it's not an echo chamber that it was, prior.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. And by the way, Elon, just to be clear, there's a track record.
Hey, don't worry about deleting the text, guys. I appreciate you, Jimmy Soul, for looking out for me. Thank you, fam. I don't even have the words showing right now, so it's not gonna matter. So, but thank you though.
Here,
Yeah.
he told the UN World Food Program. He said, if the WFP can describe in this thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it.
Exactly. So he got called out in kind of the same way by
Yeah.
the person who's in charge of that.
The UN World Food Program,
right?
yeah.
So he said if they would just get together and $6 billion could solve it. Elon did that and said, and it has to be fully transparent on where this money. I wonder why he would say that. It's because they waste all of the money. Typically, it's just somebody in Africa who's gotten very, very rich, oppressing people.
Yes.
Saying, yes, my people are hungry. Please give me more money. The guy back there's like, no, wait. I said we could help.
Yes,
Solve
I said we
world
could
hunger.
help. Oh no! I see the miscommunication. You thought that I said solve. Yes,
Yeah,
that
like
is. That's what you
done,
said. No, I
forever.
said we could help, which is far more nebulous and doesn't hold me accountable.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. He got called out.
And by the way, you can comment below. I have some examples. Comment if you think you know where I'm going, if you're watching this in real time. So, the American government, by the way, already gives $1.4 billion a year.
Yeah, it's combined. American government and private sector combined.
Americans, sorry, I should say. The American government is.
America, woo, America. How come people yell America? And it's usually someone who wears their hat like me and drives a pickup truck. It has guns. They yell America.
Somewhere around 850 million, I think. Oh, you have it up there. 884 million.
84, yeah.
475 million from the private sector. Just to be clear, 2022, $26 billion in aid was delivered by the United States to the Middle East, North Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. $13.8 billion alone to Sub-Saharan Africa.
Jeez.
Right? And we have how many billions of dollars have been given to the Ukraine now at this point?
Well,
tens of
we're
billions
losing
of dollars.
count.
Yeah, we're losing count. But
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I would debate that with somebody. Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie.
They're still hungry.
yeah, not to mention, do you have any idea how we've spent trillions in the war on poverty here in the United States? This is the beauty of the left is, well, no, I, Alyssa Milano, I don't need to do it. Elon Musk should do it. I can't do it, but if someone else gives enough money, what about what you can do? And then they give crap to people like Jordan Peterson or even people here. We say, hey, make your own bet. What can you do? Are you tithing? Is 10% of your multi-million-dollar income being given to charity? What is it that you can do? But this is the thing. The left sees the central government or other people's money as the church. This is why I've always used the analogy. Here's what the left is. The left is Ebenezer Scrooge pre-redemption. The right is Ebenezer Scrooge after he's had his come to Jesus moment. The left is, are there no prisons? Are there no poorhouses? My money goes there and I spend enough and they're better to use them. And then afterwards he says, hey, you know what? Let me support this private charity and a great deal of back payments are due and I won't give you a penny less, I assure you. He goes from saying, government should do it, not my job to, it's incumbent upon me to do something. Stop asking someone else to do it because they're doing it to the tune of trillions of dollars and it's also predicated on a lie that more money equals better results. Yes, well, that's worked like a charm for our public schools, hasn't it?
He also bought a company. There's a difference. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have other money and other money to go to charities. It's just a stupid argument to try to make somebody look bad. And if Elon had donated money to them, I think it wouldn't be exactly surprising that they all went against him for that and then against that charity.
Right. Yeah, there's no way to win this.
There's
and
none.
They're just basically throwing a Band-Aid on the problem, too. They're not solving world hunger, meaning a self-sustaining program is being built so that hunger will no longer exist in these countries. Just look at the United States of America. All the money that you just talked about, we're giving to overseas corporations. We've thrown trillions of dollars at it here in the United States over the past couple of decades. I have no idea how many years that would encompass, but 10, 20, 30 years.
Since the war on poverty has began. Hey, Mission Control, you guys can give us that number and how much we spend annually, the government, on like food stamps and EBT.
But we still getting worse.
Yeah, but according to commercials, and you'll see a lot of them this time of year because they want people to give. It's a good time of year to kind of be.
Hey, thank you for gifting subs, Best Auntie. I appreciate it. That was really nice of you. Much appreciated.
Minded that there are people less fortunate. Almost 15% of children are food insecure in the United States. That's 584,000 children in the United States literally hungry.
Yeah.
And we have all the resources in the world, apparently, and we still haven't figured it out. It's because you throw a Band-Aid on the problem.
And by the way,
that's it.
This is the same government. Sure, they provide EBT cards. Sure, absolutely. Of course, they provide food stamps. This is the same government that dumps milk to fix prices.
Yeah.
And then provides farm subsidies. Michigan? Cherries.
Cherries, yeah.
Right? Remember cherries? Remember that one year where we had a frost?
You told me that, yeah.
And we had no cherry crop. Cherries are a very persnickety crop, which is also another example as to why the climate change issue is not what they claim.
My brother said persnickety. I've never heard anyone use that in a daggone sentence. Persnickety.
Claim it to be. Cherries require a very slow.
Yeah, Best Auntie ever might be Heather in disguise. We don't know yet. We never seen them in the same room at the same time, so might be the same person. Just like people don't know if I'm Batman. See, you don't know if I'm Batman. You never seen us in the same room at the same time. You don't know.
Long, thawing winter. If it freezes at all again, if you have any extremes, the cherries die. Well, what happened is we had a shortage of cherries one year because we had a kind of, we had a, I don't know, Indian summer. Is there an Indian winter equivalent? I don't know. Native American cold snap, whatever it is you want to call it.
That's better.
But the issue is, you'd think, okay, we have a surplus because we had record cherry yields. Nope, they make them dump them. You can see it if you go to Michigan. They make the farmers dump their cherries, otherwise the price would go too low. So let's spend a bunch of money to feed the poor. Hey, how about you just feed the homeless the cherries and the milk? Make sure you have enough bathrooms working. That's not lost on me. But the point is, you're literally wasting food as a matter of policy. So take that and times it by 1,000 different policies. That's what your billions of dollars are going into. And that's why all of a sudden, 20, 30, 40 billion dollars, trillions of dollars.
My man is aggressive, but he's smart as hell. Hopefully people will hear him because when he usually giving his side, giving his points, he makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. And people who are on the opposite side of what he's talking about, they probably miss it because he's just the straight to the jugular type of dude.
In the war on poverty, don't go where it's supposed to go because the government can't stop stepping on its own Johnson.
Yeah, well,
and the government can't stop stepping on its own dang-a-lang. The government can't stop stepping on its dang-a-lang. Dang-a-lang.
Oh, sorry. In 2020, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, it cost $79.22 billion.
Geez, $79 billion in the United States.
And that was up
in 1 year?
Yeah. And it was up almost $20 billion from $60.4 billion the previous year.
Jeez.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, Blister. That was nice.
So $79 billion being spent in the country that has the best infrastructure, the most opportunity to end hunger of any country in the world. This is just like communism. Well, if we do it right, show me a country in the world that has a better opportunity to end hunger in their own country, spending billions and billions on it, that has done it.
Right.
You guys don't know how to do this. All you know how to do is throw money at causes and feel good about yourself for doing it. That's not how you feel good. You go and help.
Though, they should all be eating,
at least McDonald's.
Steak?
Yeah.
I mean, really, it should be.
At least a chuck roast.
Yeah.
They getting their tax write-offs from it. You can be damn sure about that. It's not only to make themselves feel good about it, it's to make sure that bottom line looks better at the end of the year. That's what that is. That's what that is. Not that anything's wrong with it. Feel free to use the tax code the way that the tax code has been written for you to use. It's a law. You got to go use the law the way you can use it. It's to benefit you and make sure that you're rewarded for all of the ways that you helped out around the country with your tax dollars. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, don't try to lift yourself up and make you feel like you're holier than thou because you're one of the richest in the world and you're just giving money and just ignoring things and then feel like you can make a whole bunch of noise about nonsense. You just need to just enjoy life and give God praise for all the goodness that is happening for you and your family. That's it. Stop trying to cause ruckus where there is not.
I would say, but I mean, really, that's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
I would say a really nice sirloin with a little bit of gold
That sounds delicious.
shavings and lobster on top.
Yes,
How
I
about
believe
this?
so.
How about this? I know this is controversial, and I'm not talking about people who are truly disabled and unable to do this, but how about we just go back to like an old principle? If you do not work, you do not eat.
Oh, that's your I thought you was going to go to the white replacement theory.
No, I'm just saying.
good.
Bible had a solution for the hunger problem. They also had a gleaning
says that
thing where you
off
couldn't
camera.
harvest all of your crops, and the poor could come in
Yeah.
and work for it and get food so that they could survive.
That's biblical. Even when God came across the man that he couldn't walk and go over to the lake and take care of himself. And he said, pick up your bed and walk. Like, do for yourself. He didn't tell anybody to come over there and do for him. He didn't say, hey, come over here and take care of this guy. Come over here and make sure he got something to eat. Come over here and do this. He said, you pick up your bed and walk. A lot of times that's all we need to do. We realize, okay, we can get it just like other people, anyone else. We're all made the same. We can go do it, period. I know it's hard. Everyone don't have the same plush life. And it'd be disrespectful for me to even try to consider the fact that everyone have it good enough that they can even make it to a job day-to-day basis. But they can certainly try. They can try their tails off. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to end up learning a whole hell of a lot while they're trying. They're gonna like enjoy the journey a lot more. And when they look back at these hardships that they have now and realize that they've come a long way, they're gonna really celebrate and feel happy and feel proud of themselves. They're gonna feel extremely proud of themselves, and it's gonna be able to transcend beyond them. So it's a lot of people can't see their whole hand if it's up against their face. You can't see the lines on your face if it's all up on your nose. If you rest your hands on your nose, you might not be able to see all the lines on your face, but if you move them back a little bit, you start to see it more and more and more clearly. A lot of people don't see that because they're in the dark right now. And that's why it's important that people who got a bit of light with them, got love with them and happiness and some joy with them. You always bring that light to the darkness. You got to. And if somebody is dimming your light, go to a new room. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows the day or hour that God's going to come back. Or if you don't believe in God, you don't know how much longer you got to spend on this earth with your family, with your friends. You don't know. And because of things that we have been forced to do, and I'm not going to be specific because I don't want to get in trouble, but it seemed like people are meeting their demise a little earlier nowadays because, and they're healthy and they're young, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. So again, I'm not going to speak too much on that, but yeah.
I think we've had this solution
You mean
for a
so
long
that
time.
poverty doesn't strike you like a bandit, something
Yes,
like that?
something
No, you're
like
absolutely right. And you just touched on something. Hey, Christmas, people are more charitable. People are more likely to give. Why is that? Is it because of secularism? Is it because of Santa Claus? It's because of modern Christendom. Mercy, charity, these are not universal values. Go and try and find a disciple of Coney who values charity and mercy. Not to be outdone, sorry, I should say, someone else is leaving Twitter.
Oh, really?
And this one's a little sad because it's someone who we were all fans of this gentleman at one point. Jim Carrey announced that he's leaving Twitter. But here's the thing. Jim Carrey didn't just go on The View or whatever male equivalent. There was a show with Danny Bonaducci at one point. I don't know. The Other Half, I think it was called. It was terrible because they let each other talk.
I remember that. Yikes.
Jim Carrey left his audience with this weird, he could just say I'm leaving. And instead, he decided to say it through this, when I say it, I mean clinically insane cartoon that he helped animate.
Angels fill this place with light, and all that's good and all that's right. Sweet angels, hear me pray.
He was naked. Okay. He's a creative. I don't know what to say. He's a creative. Of course, we can come up with our own. Yo, that was weird, bro. We don't get it. For the mind of a creative, I can't judge him on that. I think if he want to leave Twitter, hey, you know what? Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you, he probably shouldn't have broadcast it like that. But who are you to say? Who are you to say? All right? That's all I got to say about that. He's a creative, and he want to be dramatic. Same thing with Alyssa Milano. They want to be dramatic. They want to have an exit that you remember. Like, even if you don't understand it, just make sure you understand that it's going to be an exit. It's going to be an exit, and it's going to be grand, baby. It's going to be what I've been doing my entire life. I've been in the lights, and if I'm leaving this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave good. All right? That's all he's doing, man. He's He's creative. And he's at a point in his life, too, where it's not a whole lot going on. Like, his whole life, he's been winning. And a lot of times, too, people don't realize this because there's a whole bunch of people who don't have a whole lot of money. And they look at these rich people and think and really want to be them, and they want to live their lives, but don't understand that mentally, we're not built to be able to have all of that abundance at one time, and then in that abundance is completely surrounded with people showing us attention and clapping at our jokes and our talents and our gifts, and we're just being soaked in it, and at the end of the day you end up being depressed. There's so many people who are rich as hell. You know what? That probably didn't make the sense that I wanted it to make before it came out of my mouth. That happens to me sometimes. But I don't know if it's ADHD or if I'm just a little slow. I don't know.
That certainly gets the point across.
Yeah. Wow. I misfire Marshall Bill.
Right. I watched that, like, oh, he's leaving Twitter.
Alrighty then.
Oh, that's what that meant?
Yeah. What'd you think?
Boy, those herpes have rotted his brain.
Yeah, they really have. He needs a syphilis wig.
Oh, my goodness.
Some powder.
Here's something else that you're also starting to see, and this is why the left and the media, they want a stranglehold on big tech. Someone like Jim Carrey, obviously very funny, in some very funny films.
Yeah.
What happens is when you take away all of the producers, you take away all of the writers, you take away all the directors and the makeup and the production, they can't make it work. He's not creative enough to make it work. Funny guy, funny actor, funny comedic actor, had some funny impressions that he did, absolutely. But when it's, you know what, you eat what you kill. Be an independent content creator. They can't compete. This is the kind of crap that Jim Carrey thinks is groundbreaking. Now, it's really sad because I think we were all fans of Jim Carrey at one point when he was in his prime. Yeah. One of the funniest men on earth. But Mr. Carrey, now that you're leaving Twitter, it's time to close.
I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry, you're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha!
Time to close. Endings and beginnings are ending and beginning now.
You know why a lot of people like Jim Carrey is sad? A lot of people like that is sad now because back when they were really extremely popular and everyone respected them for what they did, they were able to really express themselves without too much judgment, and they had fun doing it. But then over the years, people became more and more sensitive and just completely messing things up. You can't say this in Hollywood anymore. You can't do that in Hollywood anymore. You can't look like this because it offends that group and 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 that. Hollywood is not the same anymore. They can't compete because they're like, okay, I didn't grow up in this era where I had to be so controlled. How can I be controlled? And now they're pissed off, but they have so many friends in that arena because most of Hollywood, I would say, lean left than they do any being conservative. When it comes to their money, I'm betting a lot of them are extremely conservative. But for the most part, they don't want to offend their friends. They don't want to offend their colleagues and up and coming thespians. So Jim Carrey of today is not Jim Carrey of yesterday, and he's just not happy anymore. He's very sad, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. Somebody need to go give Jim Carrey a hug. For real. Like a nice hug and tell him to like just be himself. Because he's not being himself. I mean, well, at least I don't think so. Who am I to say? He probably is being himself. What y'all think, man? Y'all let me know in the comments. Love y'all.